guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a different channel for you guys today. Basically, why do everyone hate Control? Why does everyone hate Control? I'm one of the most hated people in my play group, and I absolutely fucking love it. I could not give a shit if I am liked or disliked within my play group. What I am there to do is to win the game. Some people don't like that. Some people hate it. Some people dislike it. But my main goal when I go to any tournament or any play group is to try and win the whole thing. That is my mission. That's my goal. That is what I am there to do. If I'm liked, great. If I'm not liked, I'm not going to go home crying about it. Crying to mummy and daddy saying they don't like me at my play group, they won't play with me, blah blah blah. That sounded a bit giggity, didn't it? But there you go. Ignore the last comment. But yeah, they don't want to interact with you. They don't want to, you know, play Magic the Gathering with you. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know, when they get paired up against you and they're going, oh, for God's sake, I'm playing against Control, blah, 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 because they know what I'm going to play. I don't play nothing but Control. Except from maybe in Limited, where I would, you know, play aggro, mid-range, Control, whatever it may be. Whatever the cards are being passed to me are. And it's interesting because I had a look at some feedback online, and the amount of hate for Control decks is absolutely immense. Now, I know the Magic Historian did a video on the Epiphany card from Core Set 2021, and he was just saying how he hated Control players and how he hated the fact that Magic the Gathering were making these Control cards for Control players. I was just like, I'm a big fan of Magic Historian, by the way, and I was just like, what? Where is this hate coming from? Where is this hate coming from? I was just like, I'm not being funny, but Control players are very intellectual people. They like to think and they like to strategize. But anyway, I wanted to highlight a few comments and negative comments about Control decks and about Control players, because they've actually attacked Control players. And yeah, I'm going to read these comments to you and we're going to reflect on each of these comments. So I think it's pretty crazy, really. So we have a comment here from October 27th, 2009. So this is a bit dated. Things may have changed. People's opinions may have changed. Who knows? By the way, shout out to Patrick Chapin in the background. He's a big fan. I'm a big fan of his. One of the best Control players around. Via John Finkel. John Finkel, I think, is the best, but Patrick Chapin is definitely up there with the best of them. Big fan, you know, big fan of Patrick Chapin, and a big shout out to him. But anyway, the first comment. Okay, to put it plainly, I don't have any clue why people play straight Control decks. A well-placed counter or locking up some creatures is fine with me, but to make a deck that allows nothing to happen all game is completely ridiculous. You don't win by damage or necessarily by even milling. Most people just get so annoyed they quit. So my question is, what type of person wants to play a deck like that? So yeah, I mean, it's just full on like hating. Like, I know there was a build with Teferi Hero Dominaria that had no win conditions in, and they just milled your opponent out. So maybe he's highlighting that, but he's just hating on Control. I mean, were they the hall monitors that told on everyone? The smelly kid who puked on the birthday cake? The crazy dude at the office that makes Smurfs out of used gem? I'm sorry. What the fuck? What the... This guy is obviously bitter as hell. He's obviously gone to his playgroup and he's obviously had a terrible time against Control. And he's purely hating on control players. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Because something has to be wrong for someone to enjoy the fact that they are ruining the game for everyone that they play. I fucking love this. And I win a lot of games against control, so it's not that I'm tired of losing. Come on, mate. You wouldn't be writing this comment if you were winning against control week in, week out. You're talking shit, buddy. You're absolutely talking shit. I'm tired of sitting down to play a game of Magic only to sit there for 30 minutes doing absolutely nothing. I know they won't go away because as long as they are bored, as long as there are boring, unhappy people out there, there are going to be decks like this. I just had to see what people thought. What an absolute fucking sad act. Get a grip, mate. Get a grip. I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm winning. When I'm winning, it makes for a happy player, mate. So, you know, I think he's talking absolute crap. Absolute crap. And I think it's quite funny, really. I think it's quite funny, quite sad that you got people out there that think like this. Magic the Gathering is for all players. Yeah? All players. Aggro, mid-range, control, combo. Yeah? It's for everyone. I don't write comments like this on some sort of forum. I think it's sad as hell. Magic the Gathering has a place for all types of people, all types of players. Anyway, so moving on to the next comment, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And then because this is the control versus burn debate. And this is the next comment says, Cigaris says, I think it's Cigaris or whatever his name is, I hate both, so he's referring to control and burn, neither make for an exciting game for both players. I'm not part of the Pro Tour, so winning at Magic isn't my priority. Alright, whatever. Having a good time with people is, and ruining the other player's day by nullifying their ability to do anything isn't fun for me either. So he's jumped on the bandwagon of this other comment that I've just read. And I was just like, what is going on here? I didn't realise control was hated so much. I mean, I kind of did in the sense because, like I said, I wanted to go to my play group, someone would get paired up against me and go, oh god, I'm playing against control. Like I said, I couldn't really give a shit if they like playing against it or not. But I was just like, where is this coming from? I started reading all these comments because I thought I'd make a video on this because people, you know, how hated are we? We're very much hated. Very much hated. And, yeah, I mean, I was quite surprised. Anyway, moving on to the next comment. So this is the against control. And then we got some comments for control. And then, okay, so here's a comment for control. It's in October 27th, 2009. I assume you mean more permission than control in general, since most control decks don't actually work the way you are talking about. So I'll run with that and say the great big spikes. People who care for nothing except to win and to do it as completely and crushingly as possible. Yeah, control players like to do that. We like to, you know, survive the early game, go into the mid to late game and win the game. And that's what we enjoy. We enjoy the thinking part of it. We enjoy surviving and going down to a low life total. He goes, and that translates pretty well into the real world. I'd say your average CEO or hotshot lawyer would probably go straight for a draw go deck should he play Magic. Well, thank you very much. I mean, I'm a teacher, but, you know, yeah, thank you. I take that compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you. Viperisk, whatever his name is. Thank you very much. I like that comment. And then another for control comment. Control is a very big portion of the game. The people who play it aren't asses. They just want to play the game in a different way. There are cards available to play it. And there are cards available to answer it. Most of the time, control players want to play a thinking game. Yes, like I just said, we want to survive the early game. Think about how we're going to survive the early game. What do we counter? What do we kill? What do we, destroy at specific times? Control decks require a lot of decisions, but they tend to have possible answers to any card of their opponents. Yeah, we have to make lots of decisions. Assuming the format you're talking about isn't terribly skewed towards powerful control cards, this means that it is very skill intensive to play and also forces your opponent to think more about what they do. A friend of mine plays control because by his thinking, it allows him more chances to outplay his opponent in any matchup, as opposed to simply relying on a deck's strengths and weaknesses to determine the outcome. So this is a good comment. This is a good comment from the Restless. So I like this comment, and he has some fair points. It does require a lot of thinking, and as long as the cards out there are not too swayed to control cards, like Jace the Mind Sculptor, for example, in control decks in standard were absolutely broken. But if you've got average cards, not quite Jace the Mind Sculptor, and you're still able to make those really good decisions without having overpowered deck, then yeah, it's very thought intensive and very skill intensive. And I just want to make a final comment from someone else. So I think it's Ascended Mage. Quote from Stephanie Leonhardt. People who play control have a lot of intelligence. They know what to counter, when to counter, and when to make your opponent's minds go bananas. My boyfriend tends to play control every chance he gets. He's a man after my own heart, because sounds like, you sure this isn't written about me? No, maybe not. Because he's very intellectual and loves to put his mind into a constant test. You need to learn how to take a hit when playing control. I'm learning how to play control efficiently, so I need to take a few hits before the fun begins. Underneath it says, control allows you to step back and watch everything happen and make a decision on how you would like the game to play out. The reason I quoted is because I like her boyfriend, love a mental challenge. Okay, yeah. So, all in all, there's some arguments against control, and there's some arguments for control. All in all, I think the hate that control gets isn't really valid. I'm not saying that because I'm biased to control decks. I think if more people play control, for example, the aggro players, the burn players, etc., I think they would understand how hard it is to actually play control. It's not an easy deck to play. It takes many years to learn how to play control efficiently, learning how to counter, learning how to, use your draw spells. If you're playing against burn, for example, do I want to tap out at the end of their turn? They got 2 cards in hand. I'm on 6 life. He could have double bolt in hand. Making these decisions requires a lot of intelligence. That's all I really wanted to say during this video. I wanted to make this video and to show people and to show control players how much hate we get. But, for example, I know that a lot of people on my channel will not give a shit about how much hate they get, because all they really care about is winning. That's ultimately what we're here for, guys. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in future videos. Take care, guys. Bye. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you give the video a like if you liked it, and I hope you subscribe to see future content. As you can see, you can support the channel via Patreon as well. It goes a long way to supporting future videos and future content. I do upload deck lists quite frequently, so if you want to support the channel that way, please feel free to do so. And as always, guys, thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.